This is going to be day one of turbocharging my E36. So just to start off, prep the engine. I'm going to do the head gasket. I have an MLS head gasket coming today. And then ARP head studs, got all that stuff. This is the turbo I went with. It's not stupid big, but found it for a decent price, so we'll see how long it lasts. Probably start off with getting that exhaust off. Then we got to take the Vanos off, valve cover, all that stuff. But yeah, let's get to it. I also will be upgrading the turbo at some point, probably a Pulsar or something, probably just a little bit bigger. But this is kind of just to get the whole setup started, so don't come too hard at me in the comments. So the first thing I'm going to start with is just getting this valve cover off. So there's going to be these bolts that go all the way around, and then we're going to have to take off the coil packs, and then that should be it for the valve cover. So all these bolts are going to be at 10 mil, so let's just get those off. Alright, so all the bolts are out. For this stud, I had to drill it out because I kind of screwed myself over and I stripped it out. But it is all good now. I'm going to vacuum all these shavings out just from drilling the stud out, and then we can pop this valve cover off. So now that all the bolts are out, all the shavings are off, this should just come up, yeah, just like that. I didn't even take that out. So there we go. So now that the valve cover is off, we need to remove this Vanos, and in order to do that, we have to set it to top dead center. Here's a better angle of what you'd actually be looking for. So that line right there has to line up with that mark up there. So I'll just keep cranking it with this wrench. So right about there. Alright, that looks good. And then another way to tell is that these two lobes are going to be pointing like kind of towards each other. And there we have it, top dead center. So now you have to lock the cams in place in order to remove the Vanos, which I found a kit on Amazon. It comes with these little blocks that you put on the end of the cams, and then it kind of just locks it down. But yeah, so now we're good. We gotta remove these bolts, I believe, these two, and then of course all these bottom bolts. So now that that block is in place, there's going to be this little hole on the back of the chain, and it's just like a little tensioner. So you have to hold the tensioner down and then stick something small. I just use like a little drill bit just to keep the tension off the chain. And then there's going to be these two caps right there that are just like the holes to fit your socket through there, which is an E10. So then you have to loosen these but not take them off yet. And then once you do all that, you can unplug the Vanos unit,